haven't really been keeping up with New World a whole lot recently, but about 2 weeks ago, Amazon Games dropped a new roadmap for 2025, and let me tell you, there is a lot to unpack. Now, let's address the elephant in the room right away, the game's relevancy and player count. It's no secret that New World has had its ups and downs since its launch. As of early July 2025, the daily player count hovers around 5,000 to 9,000 players on Steam. While that's a far cry from its initial peak, and this also doesn't include console player counts either, there's a dedicated community that has stuck with the game, and these numbers show a stable player base. The question on everyone's mind is, can this new roadmap bring back the masses and propel New World back into the MMO spotlight? First up, we have Season 9, or Season of the Banner, which releases next week, Tuesday, July 29th. The headline feature here is the full release of the Capture the Flag mode. This isn't just a small update, we're actually getting 2 maps right out of the gate, Frozen Pass and Forbidden City, which were actually named by the community, and they'll be on a 50-50 rotation. The devs have also given us a deep dive into another new Capture the Flag map, simply known as Castle. They've designed it to be a large symmetrical arena that encourages vertical movement. It has a high-risk central path for flag runs and elevated side lanes with jump pads for quick escapes. To help the orientation on this symmetrical map, one side has been given a corrupted visual style, which is a nice touch inspired by Evanscale Reach. They also listened to player feedback from the preview weekend, increasing the duration of power-ups and adding a visible beam on the flag carriers to make them easier to track. But Season 9 isn't just about Capture the Flag. We're also getting a brand new 3v3 arena map called Verdant Court, set in an ancient temple with tight corridors, perfect for team fights. There are also some key updates to the free-for-all mode. An anti-grouping curse will now debuff players who stick too close together, reducing their damage output and increasing damage taken. This is a direct response to players teaming up in what should be a solo experience. Rewards are also getting a boost with faster chest interactions and increased doubloon drops. And of course, a new season means new loot. We're getting a fresh batch of artifacts, including the Plague Herald helmet, the Yeeterson Warhammer, and the Crescent's Wave Greatsword. Plus the Vengeance Lifestaff, Grey Wizard's hat, and Creed boots are all getting reworks. The Summer Medleyfaire event is making a comeback with the beginning of Season 9 and will run throughout the entire season with a host of new and returning rewards. We'll also see the return of World Boss events with Admiral Blackpowder, Empress Jo, and Mammoth Mahuntaram. And for those looking to level up their skills, there will be double refining and weapon XP events sprinkled throughout the season. Finally, for all Outpost Rush fans, we'll be getting a special preview event for the 3rd OPR map before its full launch in Season 10. One important note, however, seasonal servers will not be returning in Season 9 or any future seasons, which some people may be sad to hear. Now, let's look a little further down the road at what's currently in development. This is where things get really exciting and show a long-term commitment from the developers. From Season 10, we're looking at a new zone and a new raid. Details are scarce right now, but new explorable areas and challenging group content are always welcome. One of the biggest announcements is a complete Endgame Progression Systems Overhaul. This is huge. It suggests a fundamental change to how we gear up and improve our characters at max level. Tied into this are next-gen umbrals and the introduction of set bonuses, a feature many players have been asking for. We're also getting Procedural Expeditions with an extraction mechanic. This sounds like it could be New World's take on a more endlessly replayable dungeon format, which is fantastic for content longevity. On the quality of life front, you can look forward to a customizable HUD and the ability to have attributes saved with gear sets. No more respecking every time you change your role. And looking even further beyond Season 10, the And Beyond section of the development roadmap includes a new weapon, new raid difficulties, and a new PvP mode. We're also slated to get pickup wars, which could make the war system more accessible to solo players and smaller companies. New heart runes, endgame reputation systems, and a zone up level are also on the list, alongside the highly anticipated global crafting storage. Finally, we have the In Exploration category. These are ideas that are in the early stages and are not guaranteed to make it into the game, but they give us a sense of where the developers' heads are at. This list is packed with highly requested features like more new weapons, new raids, and new zones, a complete Territory System Overhaul, including an Influence Tower claim / siege system with building. This could dramatically change the open world PvP landscape. All instance content available in matchmaking. This will be a massive win for accessibility. Ranked PvP, which the competitive scene has been crying out for this, a company hall with storage, invasions mode with difficulties, the ability to have groups in soul trials, raids and expeditions, new exploration / collection systems, more zone up levels, account-wide progression, and finally new travel mechanics. So what does this all mean for New World? This is without a doubt the most ambitious and comprehensive roadmap we've seen for the game to date. It addresses many of the community's biggest requests, from quality of life improvements to major new content and system overhauls. And while Season 9 offers a solid injection of new PvP content to keep players engaged in the short term, the in development and in exploration sections point to a fundamental evolution of the game. and it's clear that Amazon Games is playing the long game here, and if they can deliver on even half of what is on this roadmap, the future of Aeternum looks very bright. What are your thoughts on this roadmap? What are you most excited about? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.